everybody, welcome back to Goodnight Lighthouse. I'm Miss Dorothy and I'm here to read you another story. And I have a story tonight about one of my favorite animals. It's about a moose. Now I've told you, I really like moose. I like when I got to see a moose when I went on a trip to Maine and I got to see a moose. But I didn't get to take the moose with me. And this book is called The Moose Belongs to Me. The moose belongs to me. Can somebody really own a moose? Can they have a moose like as a pet? Well, this boy seems to think this moose belongs to him. We're going to have to get into this book and find out if this moose really does belong to him. Are you ready to get into a moose book with Miss Dorothy? Good. I need you to sit up and listen up because here we go. This Moose Belongs to Me, written by Oliver Jeffers. Wilfred owned a moose. Wow, a moose would be a very interesting pet to have. He hadn't always owned a moose. The moose came to him a while ago, and he just knew that it was meant to be his. He thought he would call him Marcel, and he put a name tag on him to let him know his name is now Marcel. He began following Marcel, explaining the rules of how to be a good pet. Much of the time, it seemed as though the moose wasn't listening, but Wilfred knew he was, mostly because he followed Rule 4 very well, not making too much noise while Wilfred plays his record collection. That was rule number 4, don't make too much noise. Sometimes the moose wasn't a very good pet. He generally ignored rule number 7, going whichever way Wilfred wanted him to go. The moose had a very good sense of direction, and Wilfred did not. And because of the moose was particularly poor on rule 7, maintaining a certain proximity to home, Wilfred quickly learned to bring some string along on their outings so he could find his way back again. Wilfred didn't obey rule 7. He liked to wander away. Sometimes the moose was an excellent pet. He had no trouble at all with rule number 11, providing shelter from the rain. Wilfred can stand right under him and not get wet. Or rule number 16, knocking down things that are out of Wilfred's reach. Good work, as Marcel knocks the apples out of the tree for Wilfred. One day, as Wilfred discussed their plans for the coming year on a particularly long walk, he made a terrible discovery. Someone else thought she owned the moose. Rodrigo, you're back, the lady yells. Wilfred was dumbstruck. This moose was Marcel, not Rodrigo. The old lady was mistaken, and Wilfred thought it only proper that he had corrected her. This moose belongs to me, he explained. Oh no. And to prove it, he called Marcel. Marcel, heel. But the moose did not respond. He seemed more interested in the old lady. Good Rodrigo. Oh no, is it really our moose? Embarrassed and enraged, Wilfred rushed off for home. But in his haste, and miles from anywhere, he tripped over his string and got tangled up. Oh no, poor Wilfred, there he goes. And there he lay. Wilfred was beginning to get a little worried. It was getting late, and the monsters would be out soon. Wilfred needs to get home. He had just ruled out the last of his options, thinking about how he could get out of this, when along came the moose and performed Rule 73 brilliantly, rescuing your owner from perilous situations. Yay, he came back to get Wilfred. All was forgiven, and perhaps Wilfred admitted he'd never really owned the moose anyway. With that in mind, he and the moose reached a compromise. The moose would agree to all of Wilfred's rules. Whenever it suited him. Oh no, he's going to still have his moose, but he's not going to follow the rules. Ah! Another man! Dominic, you're back! And you brought me an apple. Oh, no! Okay, now I don't know who the moose belongs to. Everybody seems to think it's their moose. The moose just keeps traveling around, and they're like, oh, it's Marcel. Oh, it's Rodrigo. Now it's Dominic. What is the moose's name? And who does he belong to? I don't think he belongs to anybody. I think he's just friends with everybody, so they all want to make him their moose. That's okay. If he's a friendly moose, I wouldn't mind having him come with me either. But I don't know what I would name him. I don't know if I'd name him Dominic or Rodrigo or Marcel. We're going to have to think of a really good moose name, just in case this moose comes wandering up to us and we say, okay, that's my moose. I don't know if we can do it, but we can try. Let's think of a really good name for a moose. You tell Miss Dorothy what you think a good name for a moose would be, because I would love to have a moose that belongs to me. But we can't do that tonight, because I bet the moose is in bed, and it's time for us to get into bed. I need all my little friends to get under your covers, get cuddled up, curled up, ready for a really good night's sleep. And whatever you do tomorrow, whatever pet you're playing with, take good care of them, have a lot of fun, and always obey, and obey right away. And then come back and see Miss Dorothy, because I'm going to be sitting right here, ready to read a book to you. Bye! Thanks for reading with Miss Dorothy. I hope you enjoyed this book, and I hope you'll come back soon to read another. What's your favorite book? Drop Miss Dorothy a note and let me know. I'll go find it, and I'll read it to you. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you soon.